How do I heal from sexual sin in my past when I am carrying the same shame later years? Okay, Favor is 24 years old. And when she was 19, she fell into a physical relationship with a non-believer. She has repented and she has confessed. She has done purity, dedication, but the shame lingers. Every time a godly man shows interest, she thinks if he knew what I did, he will run. She has stopped pursuing relationship entirely, and she told herself, I will wait until I feel clean. But years have passed and she still feels dirty. She watches her friends get married, okay, blah 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 blah, okay, and every other story that is accompanying this one. All right, so let's look into it. So Temi is 31 years old in Ibadan, and she watched her best friend marry a gentle, praying man. Within 2 years, he stopped going to church, started drinking, and became verbally abusive. Her friend is now in counseling, barely surviving. Temi is engaged to a man named Shei. Shei is kind, consistent, and loves God. But Temi cannot sleep. She cannot find checking Shei's phone at 3 a.m. Not because he has done anything wrong, but because she is terrified. She thinks everyone changes after marriage. My friend's husband was nice during courtship too. She has started picking fights with Shei over small things, testing him. Will he yield? Will he leave? He doesn't. He stays patient, but her fear is loud, and she's considering calling off the wedding, not because of anything she did, but because of what could happen. She told her pastor, I don't trust the future, and you keep meeting good people in bad bodies, and you keep meeting bad people in good bodies. Bad people, but good people in bad bodies, and you can still meet a good person in good body. Trust God for discernment, pray, open yourself up. If you cannot confront your past, especially reminding your past about your now, then your past will keep showing forth. Anytime Satan reminds you about your past, remind Satan about his future. This is 40 days at his feet. Today is day 26, and we are still talking about relationships, and the one that concerns premarital, not post-marital. So we are looking at more of what affects persons that are singles, people who are still trusting God, people who had no directions, people who lack insight, and people who have a lot of questions inside their hearts that nobody is looking at, or people are too conscious. You know, one thing that it is in the body of Christ is that people are too careful that they ignore some things. Yeah, I want to make it very clear. We are too careful about a lot of things. There's that place where we don't want to, there are some things that we don't want to say in church, because when we say it, we look somehow. What is the problem of the persons? Some people that are coming to church doesn't come, they are not getting anything from the church, and we don't want to restructure the message so that we can bless brethren in the church. We want to look like that, our culture kind of thing. And it's on this pedestrian that I'm saying boldly that whatever I want to talk about in relationship, marriage, and its concerns, it's around more of doctrinal. I might not be able to infer experiences because I have little. I wouldn't say I have no experience. Obviously I do have, but I wouldn't have a substantial claims around what has been so much tested and proven when it comes to being married. But I can speak from scripture, I can speak from insight, I can speak from inspirations, and this one's is even more trusted than experiences. In the other topic we treated about the place where somebody is holding that it must be on his experience, that some things we do. Scripture say again, let every other man be a liar, let the word of God be true. Whatever you want to say, let every other man be a liar, let every other man taking a position and posture be a liar, let the word of God be true. All right, for today, it's also a very sensitive one. I picked some questions from what's it called, social media around the corner, and I was able to, and my research also, I was able to put them together, and I said I'm going to look into these questions, and as many as we were able to look into it, and we are going to answer it and know God's intention for us, and somebody can be able to refer somebody to come watch this video, and in time to come somebody can look at the video and know what to do about life. Okay, let me start from reading the first one. Nkechi is 26 years old and she stays in Lagos, and she has been in 3 relationships. The first, a choir leader who was warm at first, then controlling, in fact checking her phone, isolating her from friends. The second, a quiet brother who seems gentle until she discovered he was engaged to someone else in another state. The third one is a deacon who prayed prayerfully but slapped her during an argument. Each time Nkechi prayed before saying yes, each time she had peace though. She prays each time and she had peace. So she had peace. Okay. And although she did, now she is terrified. She told her pastor, maybe I am the problem. Maybe I cannot hear God at all. Now she prays all the time before and when she prays, she had peace. There's that balance inside her spirit that no problem, no problem, before she now begins to make this step. So she is now trying to, the consistencies of the problems around people is what we keep making them judge where is the root of this problem. So she wants to now check. Maybe maybe the problem is not this person. Probably she's the one. Okay. Now, maybe she cannot hear God and the likes. Okay. Her mother was beaten by her father 15 years before he died. Okay. Now, Nkechi swore that she would never live that life. But here she is running in circle. She has stopped attending singles program because she is ashamed. Calm down, sister. She still wants marriage, but she is also scared that the next godly man will be the same as the last three, just bearing a different Bible verse on his status. Now, I want to try to find more balance around this story. Now, before her dad died, her dad is used to beating the mom. Maybe you've not stayed in the home where the husband and wife fight. I was staying with some persons in Abuja. I think that should be 2011 to 12 and 2013. And oh my God, you can be sleeping, and in the middle of night, you just say, don't beat me like that. And that's it. And the fight can be something else. You can fight for 3 days, like they finish fighting today, they fight tomorrow, they fight for the 3. And maybe if in the house for 1 month there is peace in the house, just know that we are afraid, because if there is peace, we are not at peace. But once they are fighting, they will leave us for the meantime. Now, this is just the closer scenario, but I wouldn't want to derail from the major point of this place. Is that she's been in 3 different relationships. The first of the relationship is a choir leader, and after some time, the bro want to control everything, want to check phone, want to tell her people to visit, where to stop, you must not do this one, you must not do this one. And the second one was a quiet young man, only that the man was dating, was even engaged with somebody else while keeping the sister. And the third one was a deacon, pastor, that wiped her slap. This is the case that Sister Nkechi is facing. I don't know what you feel like we should consider this, and this is a real life case. Actually, it's a real life issue. Now, if I am to talk to Nkechi on this matter, because there is this mind that you are having already, that a circle is about to repeat over you, and that mind is actually trying to create circle to repeat over you. And I wouldn't want to just say I end it up from pray, because when I say I want to end it up from pray, to look like, there are some questions in the church when you ask, they say pray about it. Whereas we are prayed, we are looking for real answer. Can't answer be around us. I'm not saying prayer does not, but prayer is not, the answer is not locked in prayer. The answer is answer to prayer. So I want to suggest to Nkechi, which is openly, I'm looking at it, trying to suggest to Nkechi that I want you to calm down and relax. Number one is that everybody is not hostile like what we are seeing. That's one. Number two is that when you are seeing people who are hostile coming to you, especially being so close to you, it's a proof that you are not taking time to check people around before you give them access. I said in one of the episodes, I think that should be the day before yesterday. I can't lay my hand on the episode where I said that, is that one of the things you should check, that's day 23, is check if these people are kind. And being kind is that they are kind to others, not to you. You are looking at somebody who is a man of God that shouts at everybody but is calm towards you. One day he will shout at you. You are looking at somebody that slaps every other person or doesn't do it to you, and you are saying he loves me. He doesn't love you. There is that part of him that is weak. Now, at the situation of this case is that I want you to settle it in your heart. And I wouldn't say lock off from relationship entirely just because of these your issues. But I'm saying that take time to assess people before you give them access to your life, especially this kind of access. That's one. Then number two is that whatever be the problem you don't like about people, especially the first and the second person, talk to them about it. This thing you are doing, I don't like it. And if you continue, you're going to break this relationship. That's one. Then number two is that don't proceed from this relationship to marriage if you don't ascertain the characters of this person. Not that they change because of you. Is that what I'm saying is, it's not that they change to you. Is that they change towards others. I'm saying it again. You are looking at somebody who is kind to you and you are saying he's kind. He's not kind. He's not kind. He should be kind to others. Kindness is not person dependent. Who is loving is not. It's not just when he loves you. You should love others too. Who are the other persons he loves? He calls only me. You should call others. I don't mean the place where you can be calling other women. I mean if you are the only one he calls entirely, then forget it. He's trying to man up character so that he will be able to gain you. And when he gains you, the real him will be revealed. Don't be in a haste to rush into it. However, make sure that as you are waiting, trusting God, be as open as possible. And this part where you are closing yourself, avoiding fellowships, no, don't close yourself, don't avoid fellowship. All right, let's look at the question. Is question 2. Obinna, different from the earlier one. Okay, he's 29 years old and he's in Abuja. 2 years ago, a woman in the church, a worship leader also, well respected, told him God had revealed him as her husband. So the woman summoned courage and talk. Like I said before, in the socio-cultural environment of Africa, man should talk, but nothing happens to the mouth of the woman also. Yeah. A lady has once reached out to me and said he wants to date me. I did not agree for because somehow I felt no, this is not the kind of person I want, and the basis of the relationship, I felt some things are not going so well with her, and she's just looking for somebody to use and cover body, and which it's not my own personal values, like I said. All right, so 2 years ago, a woman in his church, a worship leader, well respected, told him God had revealed him as her husband. He prayed, he fasted, he felt confirmation. He courted her for 18 months. He paid bride price partially, that visit, bring 1 or 2 stuffs. Then he found out that she was still sleeping with her ex-boyfriend throughout the courtship. Sleeping with her ex-boyfriend throughout the courtship. When he confronted her, she cried and said, I was confused. The relationship ended. Now, Obinna cannot trust any woman who says, God told me. His mind twists every kind of words in suspicion. A sister in the church smiled at him last week and he spent 3 hours analyzing his intentions. He wants to marry. He's 29 already. And his mother is sick with worrying about grandchildren and likes. How can do that? But every time he considers a new woman, his chest tightens. And he hears his ex-voice saying, God told me. He does not know how to separate genuine God's voice from people's manipulation, and he's stuck in this issue. Another bomb here. Now, this one is slightly different from the other one because this one came from a lady. I don't mean that the problem only comes from me. That's not what I mean. But this one is an issue of a lady and a guy. At the same point now, the lady is saying, God said, and blah, 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 blah. You heard the story already. So, but this type of God said, and she's respected. My problem is that I treated in one of the sections that somebody can, just because I speak well in front of a camera, makes you to think that I am a trustworthy person when it comes to money. Are you getting that? Now, I said it, just because he has a leadership stature, he's charismatic, does not mean that he cannot be too much. Vice versa. Just because she speaks in tongue doesn't mean she knows how to talk. And this is just it. The place where we keep falling into troubles coming out is that we first of all want to, anytime people takes an outward look, we tend to conclude that the inward is good. And again it has been rubbing us the other way around. So I'm trying to say that outward does not guarantee inward, and outward does not mean that inward should not be asked question. So she is respected, and so that's it. So I want to look at this case in 2 ways. Is that how did you not know, or how was it possible that you did not suspect anything going on in the relationship for 18 months? 18 months is long enough. And I want to also say, people can hide people can hide for these 18 months. People knows how to hide in this thing. However, this is the place where no matter how you know somebody, don't claim you know anybody if you don't know the person by the Spirit. And by the Spirit is not I prayed, I saw you giving me a rod in the Spirit. Is if some things has not been tested around this person, if you have not seen the person under pressure, under some reactions, when the person is calm, if you have not seen it around this person, no, some things cannot be guaranteed. However, I want to talk to the bro. I also have a friend who has another friend. exactly the same, something related to this, that was not having sexual affair. Now, the friend knew this particular girl to be my guy's, like my guy is looking forward to getting married to this girl. My guy proposed to the girl, and the proposal and everything was going on. And the girl is saying she's praying, and the guy went and proposed to the girl. I'm not saying guy, I mean born again believers, not talking brother. The guy went and proposed to this girl. The girl now gave yes to the guy, went and gave no to the first original guy. Only for after about 8 months of keeping my other guy, broke my guy's heart. After 2 months of breaking my guy's heart, they released IV that they're about to get married. So this one will not make, anytime my guy sits in church and see tongue talking brothers and sisters, he just feels that part where these are deceivers. Baba, we are sorry for your problem. However, we want to say that everybody is not a deceiver. Everybody is not a liar. Everybody is not a cheater. So you should first of all test all spirits. Test everybody. Don't settle because people are harsh and hyped about it. So when you meet persons, and this is the place where I like knowing people outside. You see the way you used to see me on camera. I like it when people meet me first without knowing who I am, without knowing that I'm a pastor, without knowing that I'm a teacher, without knowing. They just meet me neutral, meet me and just meet me on my car, my shirt folded. You meet me, you feel like this is a normal guy, and it gives opportunity for people to know. However, if you now meet persons who now is in the other way around, try to test other parts of them, then still be open. You will keep meeting good people in bad bodies, and you keep meeting bad people in good bodies. Bad people in good bodies, good people in bad bodies, and you can still meet a good person in good body. Trust God for discernment. Pray, open yourself up. More of what these things are revealing is a place where people are putting onshore. A place. Let's say if I discover that somebody I'm dating is now dating and living a careless life, I decided I'm going to lock up because I don't want to remember that trauma. Try to heal from the trauma of this relationship. All right. Okay. I want to read another one. Temi is 31 years old in Ibadan, and she watched her best friend marry a gentle praying man. Within 2 years, he stopped going to church, started drinking, and became verbally abusive. Her friend is now in counseling, barely surviving. Temi is engaged to a man named Sheyi. Sheyi is kind, consistent, and loves God, but Temi cannot sleep. She cannot find checking Sheyi's phone at 3 a.m. Not because he has done anything wrong, but because she is terrified. She thinks everyone changes after marriage. My friend's husband was nice during courtship too. She has started picking fights with Sheyi over something, testing him. Will he yield? Will he leave? He doesn't. He stays patient, but her fear is loud, and she's considering calling off the wedding, not because of anything Sheyi did, but because of what could happen. She told her pastor, I don't trust the future, and the pastor has taught me that safety is an illusion. Okay, the pastor has taught me that safety is an illusion, like that place where you feel like he's a good guy, and at the end he becomes something else. So, but for this person's case, I just have a simple approach that I want to take around this thing. Is that, like I keep saying it, don't do an isolated relationship, don't do an isolated business, don't do anything set apart, and keep yourself, especially aside the part of God. Don't do even your relationship with God doesn't have that place where nobody at all. Even the things that God told told Moses in the mountain, he brought it down for the people. There's that part where nobody wants to know anything. No, open up to people. That's one. Now, but this is it, is that when you are entering into a relationship leading to marriage with persons, like I keep saying all the time, it's that part where there is a voice that this person respects. That's one. Now, and it's not respecting of 6 months respecting, is that this person has known this person for a very long time with proven character. And this is the part where courtship should be supervised. Even if the person doesn't know, but let courtship be supervised. Let there be somebody else who is asking a different question other than what you are asking. I know your fears, I'm seeing your fears, but can somebody else look into your fears other than you? Yeah. However, I want you to please open up yourself. Scripture says fear brings torment. Allow that part of you that is afraid. Like I said, don't use every other man's experience to judge. The more you keep inferring that experience, the more you repeat that experience. So I'm saying, open the relationship, whatever it is. If it is courtship, let whoever that is supervising the courtship be fully involved. Talk to your spiritual leaders, talk to your spiritual parents, your pastors. Let them know what is going on in the relationship. There's a way they can counsel you, they can tell you things, and it will help you. All right, okay, let's keep proceeding. All right, Chuka is 28 years old from Port Harcourt. He loves his girlfriend Sandra, but Sandra has lied to him 4 times. 4 times. Jesus. About where she was, she don't lie, say she go where she no go. About money she borrowed and did not return. Okay. About a female friend she said, about a male friend she said was just a brother, and each time she repented, each time Chuka forgave. His pastor says love keeps no record of wrong. His closest friend says she's showing you who she is. Believer, Chuka is exhausted now, and he wants to be a forgiving Christian, but he also feels stupid every time she lies again. He lies awake, replying memories of his father, forgiving his mother for infidelity, and over 20 years until his father died bitter. Chuka swore he would not repeat that cycle. But here it is, forgiving again, hoping again, doubting again. He does not know where the grace can end and the enablement begins. Now, Chuka, we understand your problem. The girl is always lying and up and down. After a lot of things, it turns out that this was the other one, whereas she's keep claiming the other one. When I say honest, I'm being very honest. My honest thing around this thing is that you cannot sustain what is spiritual in the flesh. At this point, love does not remember wrong unto bitterness. However, that I forgive doesn't mean that the sky is gone. The sky is a thing that when you touch it, I won't feel the immediate pain that I felt when I was injured. But that scar is a reminder that there was a time I was injured and also healed. As this thing is persisting, I want you to bro Chuka, call off the relationship. Call it off. You are manipulated. The lie is too much. Call it off. I know you want to respect whoever you want to respect, but not at the detriment of your life, not at the detriment of your future. Don't hate her. She's a good girl. She comes and she asks for forgiveness and the likes, but there's no problem. Call off the relationship as soon as possible. Vice versa, either to a man or to a woman. If it is based on lie, this lie will continue. She's truly showing who she will become or who she is. All right, let's go over to another question. David is 25 years old and he lives in Lagos. He has never had sex before in his life. He has saved himself, but he has watched his married friend struggle. One wife who cries after sex because it hurts. One husband who has zero drive. Another couple who haven't been intimate in 2 years. David is terrified. He has prayed, God, remove my desire if you don't want me to explore it. But the desire remains. He is currently courting a godly woman named Joy, Joy. Okay? She is pure, prayerful, and kind. But they have never discussed sex beyond. He would wait. So they don't discuss sex across. We are waiting. David wants to ask question, but how much? In his church, talking about sexual needs before marriage is seen as lustful. His pastor says God will sort it out after marriage. David is afraid. He has seen too many Christian marriages where God will sort it out. Does not work. It ends in years of frustration, shames, and he does not want such to be his case. But he also does not want to seem unspiritual. He's stuck. There are conversations that when you talk about it will look like you want to scatter everything. So David does not want to discuss sex, so that when you discuss it, it looks like you are, that like that. I may not be able to start discussing sex because I lack experience in this one actually. However, I want to say that when it comes to a relationship that is close to marriage, every topic must be discussed. And this is the place where courtship, dating towards marriage is not hello. That's not it. Everything must be discussed. However, the discussion must be supervised. Let me say it again. Everything must be discussed. However, the discussion must be supervised. So there is nothing like you want to look on spiritual. In fact, I thank God for how a lot of things is evolving. There are a lot of persons that is handling pastors that are now handling courses for two persons that is into coaching. So it's no longer, don't tie it down to your own pastor. You can get courses outside and the pastor will take the courses and both of you will sit and learn. So everything must be discussed. Everything. However, the discussion must be supervised, because you can discuss how do you feel about sex when both of you is alone, and the discussion will end in both of you having sex. So it must be discussed. So, Bro David, wherever you are, don't feel unspiritual. You have to raise this conversation and discuss it. However, discuss it supervised. I want to find another one. Okay. Michael is 26 years old from Benin City, and he's courting sister Esther. Esther is good, faithful, respectful, hardworking, but Michael cannot shake the feelings that maybe there is someone else. okay, someone more exciting, someone more beautiful, someone with a greater anointing he has prayed for. He has not had a clear no, but he has not had a strong yes either. His mentor said, if you are not sure, let her go. And his friend said, no one is sure. You choose and commit. Michael is paralyzed. Okay, he remembers his older brother who marries his college sweetheart and then met a more compatible woman 2 years later, and has been miserable ever since, wondering what if. Michael does not want to be that man, but he also does not want to reject Esther and spend 20 years searching for a phantom best. Okay, so this is a case of Michael. Let's talk about you now. The place of choice in this part is what is very sensitive. So can Michael continue with this? Now, whatever Michael is looking out for outside faithful, respectful, hardworking, believer first, good background, has a vision and where she's looking forward to and their likes. Any other thing you are looking out after this, you'll find it. But the thing is that you might not be able to find all of them in one body. That's one. And I'm seeing this thing for who has passed the basic test. You know, the 23 which did the basic test. Who passes the basic test? So if we are past the basic test, we should be able to commit. And when we are willing to move with people, we should remove our eye from other persons. I'm not seeing an obvious reason why you want to call up a relationship just because you are thinking of finding somebody better. At any time you want to find somebody better, you will find. Yes, I want to be honest. We definitely find somebody better. But when you find somebody better, there's somebody else better. But it's possible that you keep finding somebody better, and the wrong part of that person you don't know. By the time it shows forth, you will live your life to regret. Time is running. Okay, let me read this one. Okay, how do I heal from sexual sin in my past when I am carrying the same shame that I used? Okay, Favor is 24 years old. And when she was 19, she fell into a physical relationship with a non-believer. She has repented and she has confessed. She has done purity, dedication, or the shame lingers. Every time a godly man shows interest, she thinks if he knew what I did, he will run. She has stopped pursuing relationship entirely, and she told herself, I will wait until I feel clean. But years have passed and she still feels dirty. She watches her friends get married, okay, blah 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 blah, okay, and every other story that is accompanying this one. All right, so let's look into it so carefully, because like I said, most of these issues are very, very sensitive. The case of this person is that before she repented, she fell into sexual immorality, and I've said it so many times and I'll keep on saying it, is that if the Son of Man has set you free indeed, you are free indeed. I want you to reject every voice of the enemy accusing you of your past. Reject it and accept the freedom that God has given you. That is on part 1. Then that part where what's it called? If he finally knows who I used to be. The question is he who you are now or who you used to be? If it is who you used to be, if you meet me now, like I've said it so many times, I wasn't born churchy. I was born in a Christian home, but not churchy. I don't have so many bad past. I don't. But if I share with you some of my past experiences and you felt like it's too much for you and you want to walk away, I'm not ashamed to talk about my past from my present. I'm not ashamed. Let me say it again. I am not ashamed to talk about my past from my present, because my present is a proof that there is somebody bigger than me that saved me from my past. My past weaknesses, past sexual issues, past past addictions, past every other thing. I'm not ashamed to talk about my past now, because I know that I have gained victory, and I've gained victory indeed. So I'm talking to you, beloved Esther. There's that part where when you meet persons, you talk with persons, if they feel like they cannot accommodate you on the basis of your past, they are free. They can walk away. And when they walk away, move boldly. There is no, provided it's not your present. Past should not define you. Continue with your now. And I know it's hard to accept, but I really want you to pray about it, talk to somebody about it, and if you cannot confront your past, especially reminding your past about your now, then your past will keep showing forth. Anytime Satan reminds you about your past, remind Satan about his future. His future is that you're born in hell. you born in hell. So anytime Satan is reminding you about your past, remind Satan about what Jesus did on the cross. And this is it. This is it. All right. I want to find two more one, and we are done. We are okay. Jesus, I still have a lot of I still have a lot of questions. Maybe I'll find another day. Okay. Kemi and Femi, they are 22 and 23, 22 and 24 respectively. Okay. They both graduated, and is this the question I want? No, that's not the question I want. Okay. There's the one I'm looking for. I have a lot actually. But I want to get the exact one I am looking out for. Maybe you can wait for me a little bit. All right. Efe is 29 years old and is a lawyer in Warri Delta State. He met Nosa at a Mountain of Fire program. Nosa is kind though. She serves in church and helps in the orphanage. But before he was born again, that's Efe. Okay, that's Nosa. Efe is the lady and Nosa is the man. Before he was born again, okay, Nosa had a child with a woman he didn't marry. And the child lives with his grandmother. Efe's family found out through church intelligence. They ask, and they finally find out. And her uncle said that boy is a damaged goods. So, what's it called? Nosa is now repented, but he felt like it's a damaged good because of his past. Okay. And what if the baby's mama comes back to stop your marriage? Efe believes in redemption, but she also knows the story of Nigerian women who married changed men and only to face baby mama drama in 20 years. And she wants to be like Jesus, but she also wants peace. I want to be like Jesus and I also want peace. So this is the case of Efe and baby mama related issue. Now the issue is that Musa has repented. Now, like I said in the last one I talked about, there is a difference between your past, your present, and your future. And past is not past until it has passed. Past is not 2 years past. Past is a proven track record of past. How have you grown from this thing? It's not just it's my past. What's your current position? We don't only judge you with your future. When we look at your past, we need to look at your today and check your tomorrow. Past, present is what you are doing present that can determine your tomorrow. And we need to track from when does it become past. So we want to first of all debunk this understanding of the boy is damaged goods. Want to debunk it down. If the boy has left this lifestyle, he has journeyed away from his lifestyle up to this point, I want to say that he is not the damaged good. Now, in Christ, there is no damaged good. That's one. And whether you've had an ugly past or your past was not too ugly, but shall day, I want to let you know that there is a space for you in the cross. It's closer to the last one I just discussed now, but I'm trying to let your understanding know that you don't condemn people on the basis of their past. However, can we also consider the things that surrounded the past of these people? For instance, if somebody had a past until she has removed her womb, you now know that this one is really a past. And if it is a past, there are movements that you must not make with this set of person until you are satisfied that you are ready to live with everything that comes with these people. For there are damages that this person is struggling with liver as a product of smoking. This person is struggling with sickness that he or she might live with for his entire life. This is an obvious past that once you accept this person, you have accepted this person with this issue. Similar to this case, accepting this man is accepting this child. Now, we ought to sit down and discuss everything about this boy. So it will lead us to going down to find out the baby you have. What's your current relationship with the baby? Is it still that part where you have not healed? You are still struggling with fighting to be living and the likes. Have you healed from your experiences with this particular relationship? If you have not healed from these experiences, you have to go and heal first. And we have to isolate and stop ever having until we are satisfied that you are healed. That's one. Then number two is that in the process is that if you are healed, that means you have a good relationship with them. You are already settled with the mother of the child that both of you have parted way. She's going away, you are going your way. People are not returning back to marry yourself. It is settled. However, you have some responsibilities to the child. Your responsibility should be discussed with the woman. Is this boy going to come and live with us? When he's coming to live with us, what's the condition? if I get married to you, who is regarded as the first son of the house, so that you wouldn't, I know you have another child, first child of the house, so that one day you wouldn't bring anybody and say all priorities on this person. No, he's our own first child. If we build something together, what is the path at which we should regard this boy? It should be discussed. Like I said, everything must boil down to discussion. However, if this person doesn't have extremely damaged life that he must live with forever, especially the ones that has constant implication, if there are tendencies of the baby mama coming back again, you should go and settle first. They are not settled, they are not starting, or you must not approach from the person is a damaged life. All right, second to my last. Precious is 27 years and she's from Benin City. She has been dating Osa for 5 years and they started in university. Osa says he wants to marry her, but first, let me get a better job, let me save for bride price, let me finish the masters. Precious has been watching her friends getting married down, and her aunties and everything is whispering, okay, what's wrong with you? Okay, Precious is now 27 and she's heading to 30, and Osa is still saying he wants to get masters and the likes and every other thing. Okay, now I want to say that I am in my mid-20s actually. Now, if I want to get married anytime, if I have a lady in my life I don't have, and I'm not looking for actually. If I have a lady in my life and I feel like and when I say I'm not looking for, I don't really mean I am not trusting God for, I really mean I'm not desperate for a lady. All right, so that it can be cleared. If I have a lady in my life that that is with me, now the issue now is, if we are saying that we are waiting, what do we mean by we are waiting? At what point are we waiting? Now, can we give time to our waiting? We've agreed that both of us are will of God for each other, and we love ourselves. Put time to waiting. At what point are you building this? At what point are we stopping this? Or yeah, come and see my family, let my family know you. Start something. You are doing this thing, start up something. Do you have a settled house? Let's not be looking at you are doing masters, you are doing this one. At what point are we looking at these things? And we also need to let brother Osas know that if he doesn't want to if you tell him come and put a date, if he becomes nervous and starts saying you are this one, I'm not saying to this relationship, you see these people that have been more than 5 years, so if you tell him come and do something and the person is already saying must you be this one, just know that the bro is not ready, and find your way. You will later find somebody else that he felt is better than you, and problem will cast everywhere. So that part, I really want you to please settle it in your heart that if the bro is calm when you are discussing these things and feels like it's something that he should do, then give him space to come and do it. But if he feels nervous, they are controlling me, what are you saying, what do you mean, you cannot wait, and the likes, tell the bro I cannot wait. If you are not coming fast, if you are not fast coming, believe God is helping you. I don't hate you, but want to call it off, let me know what I will do with my life. In our modern world it might not be so, but in the old world that gave birth to our modern world that is still rubbing on us, most times the man is advantageous when the age lingers. So women becomes a little bit perceived as disadvantage when the age lingers. Men is still advantageous. He can marry at 35, he can marry at 40 something, he can even marry at 45. But a woman in 45, the prayer point increases so much, 27, 28, 29, and he's not talking about anything, he's still doing masters. Glory to God, he should do masters and go and marry somebody else. That's it. All right, I'm looking for